Why not wear the Christmas hat in this video? I mean, I've only worn it once, and I mean, Christmas in Las Vegas, eh? What is going on, guys? Nord97 here, back again with another video. Today, we have the Vegas Golden Knights in their 2020 offseason review, and what I'm going to see them going into year 4. Now, this is a team that I don't want to say necessarily has been spoiled. I mean, they have to a degree, but for the first part, they made it to the Stanley Cup final in their first season, which I don't think any team has done, and I don't think any team will ever do. Sorry, Seattle. Excuse me. And then the second year, they get losing to Game 7 against the Sharks, and you could argue that was a very controversial call, and, you know, it shouldn't have gone the way it did, and all that stuff. We'll cover that in a different video. But then this year, of course, they moved on to the Western Conference Finals, losing to the Dallas Stars in 5 games. So, you know, it was a very interesting 3 years for the Vegas Golden Knights, and heading into year 4, I'm not exactly sure if anything's really going to change, in all honesty. But, of course, before we do get into discussing the 2020 offseason of the Vegas Golden Knights, it really wasn't that much, so this won't take too long. I do like you guys to please go subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. At the time of recording, we have 579 subscribers. It's as I said, on the news time, December 4th, Friday nights and early Saturday mornings are very busy nights for me because, you know, I got to get out 5 videos. I got to get out pre-recorded videos for all of next week. So, you know, 2020 offseason for the Vegas Golden Knights just so happens to be Wednesday's video. So, I mean, you know, Wednesday. Very long time for now, but that doesn't matter. Anyways, also, if you guys haven't already done so, please go check out the links in the description below. That includes Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Discord. So I have all my 4 social medias down there. And yes, I do TikTok. Alright, let's get into the sticks and pucks of this video, discussing the offensive acquisitions for the Vegas Golden Knights. There really wasn't much, in all honesty. When I said that this wasn't that big of a video, it really wasn't. So, of course, we have our 3 columns. The offensive acquisitions is column number 1, where I discuss the offensive players they acquired. The defensive acquisitions, which I discuss the defensive players that they acquired, including goaltenders. And then newly additioned, the projected lineups. You know, I've done this for multiple teams so far. And we're going to continue it off with Vegas. So, first off, offensive acquisitions. They didn't really get much on offense because I think they're pretty much fine with offense, in all honesty. So they got TOMAS, JURCO, who is probably going to be a fill-in on that right wing spot, in all honesty. I don't see him really doing much in the NHL, so just to fill in case someone gets injured or someone's playing, like, really bad. And then you got Daniel Reagan down the middle, which the middle could use some help. It does look kind of interesting at what that middle is. So, you know, Daniel Reagan could be a good fill-in guy as well. As I said, not really a lot of players in the offensive acquisitions, really just fill-in guys. Where it's at, though, is the defensive acquisitions. So in defensive acquisitions, there is the man, the NHL 20 player, the myth, the legend, Alex Pietrangelo. So Alex Pietrangelo signs a 7-year, $8 million contract with the Vegas Golden Knights just a few months ago. It was a mind-blowing contract. I remember I was in hockey practice, and when I saw the signing, I was like, great, I'm going to have to rush home now. So, you know, I made that video, and Pietrangelo, really going to help out that blue line for Vegas. And in all honesty, that blue line really didn't need help. And I made a video prior to the Pietrangelo signing, saying the steps that they took to sign Pietrangelo. You see, I predict the future. I knew they were going to sign Pietrangelo. What can I say? I mean, like, you know, Pietrangelo really going to help out that blue line. Very good player in St. Louis. I mean, St. Louis isn't really going to complain. They did get Torrey Krug back in return. But Pietrangelo, really solid defenseman. Probably one of the best D-men in the league, in all honesty. As always, as I said, that's it for the defensive acquisitions. I'm going to say this right here and now. I know that Nate Schmidt was traded away, and that's going to help. That may affect the chemistry. And that was mentioned in a lot of people. And I think they're honestly right. Nate Schmidt brought those chemistry to the locker room, and he was a very solid defenseman. And I mean, if you're the Vancouver Canucks acquiring that trade, I would be fairly happy, even though some people were mad at Jim Benning for making that deal. Anyways, that's it for the very short defensive acquisitions. We're already into the 3rd column, and I don't even think we're 5 minutes into the video. Let's get into the projected lineup. See, now, the projected lineup could be where we spend the most time at, because there's a lot of things that I see in here that can be changed around. You could argue some of these guys can move out. You can argue some of these guys move down. It really depends on what some of these players play like this season. If we have a season, of course. I say that in every video. So, on the first line for Vegas in the offensive side, of course, I'll put it on screen right now. So, the Vegas Golden Knights have Pacioretty, Carlson, and Stone on their first line. Marchessault, Stephenson, and Smith on their second line. William Carrier, Cody Glass, and Alex Tuck on their third line. And Nicholas Roy, Tomas Nosek, and Ryan Reeves on that fourth line. And the defensive side of things, you have Brady McNabb and Alex Pietrangelo, newly acquired. They have Alex Martinez and Shea Theodore on that second pairing. They have Nick Holden and Zach Whitecloud on that third pairing. And then they have Robin Lehner, Marc-Andre Fleury, and Oscar Dansk. Now, look, I'm going to go through goaltending first. Oscar Dansk, good third goaltender. I like him a lot. The Fleury and Lehner thing. Everyone says they need to get rid of Fleury. I disagree. I think you keep Fleury and Lehner. That's great. That's a perfect goaltending tandem. And Fleury's accepted the backup role. He's accepted the backup role, and Leonard's going to play that starting role. I mean, it does suck for Fleury. I'm sure longtime Fleury fans, especially Pittsburgh fans, are not going to be too happy about him playing backup role. But I think Leonard is a very solid goaltender. He really could not find someone who would give him the money he wanted. And I think, to be honest with you, the Islanders, he dealt problems with them. He dealt problems with Buffalo. He dealt problems with Chicago. And you can tell why, because he was getting offered one-year contracts. And, all these contracts, and then he signs a 5-year extension with the Vegas Golden Knights, because the Vegas Golden Knights are the owners of money. So, you get the Leonard contract there. That's a great goaltending tandem, and a good third goaltender, too. And there's a few guys down in that minor system for goaltenders, too. So, regarding defense, McNabb, Pietrangelo, again, that'll affect Nate Schmidt. Good acquiring for Pietrangelo. Alec Martinez and Shea Theodore. I like Shea Theodore a lot. I think he's become a little bit overrated now. And then there is Alex Martinez, who was a very good acquisition at the trade deadline, which I think was when they acquired him, or around the trade deadline. So if you're a Vegas Golden Knights fan, I would be pretty proud of you getting Alex Martinez. And then you have Nick Holden and Zach Whitecloud on that third line, on that third pairing. And I think that, Carl Dahlstrom really could crawl into there as well as a fill-in, but I think Holden and Whitecloud will hold their own on that third pairing. Offense now. Max Pacioretty, Erik Karlsson, and Mark Stone. I think it's gonna stay that way. I mean, the really thing that I'm really only worried about is the center core for this team. In all honesty, I think the wings are very good. Pacioretty can score goals. Stone's a great player. Karlsson, he's scored 40 goals before, but hasn't done that in a while. And he's really not a 40-goal scorer in my eyes, and a lot of people's eyes too. So I wouldn't say that Karlsson is necessarily. He's a great first-line center, but I don't know. And then you got Jonathan Marchessault, Chandler Stephenson, and Smith. I think Smith and Marchessault will stay there. Alex Tuck could move up. I also could see that happening. It's possible. But Stephenson on that second-line pairing, in all honesty, Stephenson may go down to the third line, depending on how Cody Glass plays. He's played well in Vegas, but I think he's probably a third-line center. Third line, Alex Carrier, Cody Glass, and Alex Tuck. As I said, Tuck can move up to the second line, so you may have Smith down there too for part of it. It depends how Cody Glass plays to determine if Stephenson's a second line center or not. To be honest, Cody Glass, he's gained a lot of pounds, and he's really, and you could clearly notice when I watch Vegas Golden Knights games, you could tell he would get pushed off the puck pretty easily. And that's one thing that a lot of people are saying. So, adding those pounds, I think that's going to help out. That's definitely going to help out Cody Glass and the Vegas Golden Knights center core. Fourth line, you have Nicholas Roy, Tomas Nosek, and Ryan Reeves. I think that's about right. I think that'll stay how it is for the season. And, of course, you got JURCO and O'Regan for those fill-ins as well. So there you go. That's your projected lineup in the 2020 offseason recap of the Vegas Golden Knights, as well as what I think they might do in 2021. I think it's no less than another division title. I think that's really what we're going to get out of them. And I think Bill Foley will expect nothing more. I will expect nothing less of that. So, this team has a very high expectations, and they're going to face a lot of pressure. So, yeah. Anyways, thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button. Check out the links in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.